Sensory deprivation.
Do sensory deprivation chambers truly reduce stress?
Can floating in a sensory deprivation tank actually enhance creativity?
Will you hear or see things that aren't there in the silence and the darkness? Is it just a funny episode of The Simpsons?
Or is it just an excuse to take a break from the overwhelming stress of having 4 kids constantly pulling at my shirt, asking questions at every minute, and not eating what I make for them, sneaking candy in their bed after they've brushed their teeth, yelling at each other, wrestling all over the house, only to find that the bed sheets are still in the washing machine and it's 11 p.m. at night and the baby just woke up for the third time?
Are you doing okay?
I just got carried away.
I'm sorry about that. Hey, I got the sheets all taken care of, you know. Maybe this will be a good thing for us. What do you say? Should we give it a try?
But I'm hot and flustered.
Yep, today we are actually going to be doing a sensory deprivation chamber. That means no light, no sound, and no gravity. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but we're going to be in a float chamber. It has water and a lot of salt, so you just float to the top. And
when you say chamber, is it small? Or is it open?
I don't know. We're going to go find out.
Okay.
Because some of the ones I've seen, it's like a room, and some of them, it's a pod that you like get in and you close the pod.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been doing a little bit of research, and I've seen some of our favorite people online do these things, from Rhett and Link to Ryan Trahan to The Simpsons do this, and their experiences are all different. And I thought with Ellie and I being totally different personalities, it might be fun to see how it is for both of us. Ellie's a very type A personality. She is very organized.
I'm A+. It's the only A+ I've ever had in my life.
She's very organized. She's very productive. She likes to stick to a plan. She's thinking about every single thing all of the time. I don't know how you do it, because I'm a type B personality. I'm very laid back. I can go with the flow. I don't know what else type B personalities are.
Nothing is organized in your life.
And I think that's very fitting of a type B personality to not know what a type B personality is. Is the sensory deprivation chamber going to be a sensory overload for you because your mind is just going in a million different directions when you're thinking and sitting there? Mm-hmm. Or is it going to be nice and relaxing?
I think it might be relaxing. I think I'm going to really enjoy it because I really love getting massages and spa, like that kind of stuff I really love.
I can almost guarantee you that I will fall asleep.
Let's go check it out.
Let's give it a shot. We are on our way to a place called True North Float. If you're in the southern Utah area, you can check it out. But what I found out is they have couples chambers and individual
chambers.
Yeah, it's kind of like a scary word, but I don't know if it's actually scary.
I'm hoping it's just like a room.
So my question to you is, do you want to do the couples or do you want to do the individuals?
Well, for sure, a couple, duh.
Well,
it's gonna be dark anyway.
The reason I ask is because they say for your first time and for like the best experience, it's usually better to do individual first. As soon as we get inside the door, we exchange our shoes for these slippers, and then she shows us into... This is a room for you to mentally, spiritually, energetically prepare for whatever treatment that you're having. This is already more wild than I thought. We are in what they call the fire and ice room. We have a cold plunge and then a sauna, and we're gonna go back and forth.
What are those irrational thoughts that you just do? Like, I just wanna like jump in, I wanna just dive in, I just wanna go crazy.
Go for it, do it. We're the only ones here, so we feel good. It's very calming and already feeling very zen-like, and I can tell this is gonna be really fun and feel good. Ooh. So you come here often? I burned my back. I gotta get used to it first. I'm not very zen-like, am I?
I'm getting my own float.
this over the course of like 45 minutes where we would sit in the sauna until we got hot and then we would jump into the cold plunge. And even with the sauna being like 120 degrees, the cold plunge was miserable to get into. But I think we did pretty okay considering that this is one of our first times ever doing cold plunging.
My legs, they're numb.
You call me the Grinch? I think it's a little easier to progress down to 40 degrees. Like if we were doing cold plunging regularly, to start off at like 55, then go down to 50, then 45, then 40. It's kind of a shock. I think that's kind of the point though, to get into the cold plunge when it's 40 degrees. Every time we got in, we're like, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And then you get out, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And you get back in, you're like, I hate it, I hate it. Are we lying to ourselves? Is it actually good? I don't know. Someone smarter than me has to answer that. We are all done with the fire and ice room. Now it is time to go into the Zen room and wait until our float session starts. How was that?
That was really nice.
Good.
I liked it.
Good. And then we went back to the Zen room until our floats were ready. We looked at some books and went through some artwork. And this is when I asked, when we get in the float pool, do we wear clothes or do we go completely nude? And then she said it was up to us. Most people go nude. But to save you from that terror, we're gonna wear suits. Here is the float pool. It is not a chamber. I have some Vaseline to cover any cuts or scrapes that I might have so salt doesn't get in them. Earplugs, a spray bottle to spray my face so I don't wipe my face with my hands that are all salty. Here's to hoping we have a good and relaxing experience in the float pool. Getting into the float pool for the first time was a really interesting experience. You step in and it feels like normal water, but as soon as you start laying down, you don't sink. It's almost like being in Jello. So we lay back and try and get as comfortable as possible and let our float experience begin. So that was something, but let's check in on Ellie and see how she's doing.
I was able to relax pretty instantly. The temperature in the room, the temperature of the water, everything was just really perfect for a setting for me to really just relax.
After about 15 or 20 minutes, I decide that it's time to turn off the lights. Now, even though you can see us in the video, it is completely pitch black in the room. Now, I feel the need to remind you once again that it is completely pitch black in the room despite being able to see on the camera. I don't know where I am. My body has no idea what's going on, but I want to try and get the light on because my neck is killing me and I want to get the float. But I thought it'd be fun to see exactly how long it takes for me to get the light on. Yeah, we're gonna speed this up because it's probably as painful to watch as it was to experience. It took me 1 entire minute to find the light and to turn it on, but now that it's on, let's get the headrest and get back to floating. And while we're at it, let's check in on Ellie. Hey guys, you remember that one time that I got salt water in my eyes and I couldn't see again and I had to find the spray bottle to wipe my face? Yeah, me too. Good times.
I think the biggest is my neck. I can't relax.
I feel like I'm finally relaxed and I can start enjoying this experience. Oh, and Ellie's coming inside right now. Now that we're both done with our float experience, let's talk about it. So it's been a few hours since we had our float experience, and I wanted to get our thoughts independently of each other so we could talk about it. So why don't you go first? What was your experience like?
The hot and cold plunge area was amazing. Super fun. I wish the water wasn't as cold for the first time going in a cold plunge, but I can tell the more I did it, the better I was at it.
Yeah.
The float was obviously really fun. However, I was shocked that you had talked about our personalities and how that actually played a role into it.
Yeah.
I got in, it was relaxing, I enjoyed it, but then I was just done. Like I was just like, okay. Like I relaxed for a little bit and then I just got out, showered, and then I waited and waited and waited for Jared up until the point that I even walked in and I was like, are you done?
So we had 90 minutes of float time, and I think you
That's
did
a long
it
time.
for an hour.
I think even like 45 minutes because I took a long time like washing my hair. I went out and waited for probably 20 minutes.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I liked being there and just laying down, but I had that crink in my neck and I wasn't very comfortable for the first little bit until I put the headrest on me, and that helped a lot. I would say it took me about a half an hour before I really felt relaxed. I think I was trying really hard to have a good experience, and that prevented me from having a good experience. I mean, I'd watched tons and tons of videos from all of these people who were like, that was so transformative. That was so amazing. For the first half, was dying for that experience to come.
It was just like you're in the bathtub.
Yeah, and it just never came until after that 30 minutes. And then I was like, oh, I'm starting to see like these green blobs in front of my eyes. And I was like, oh, do I open my eyes or keep them closed? I had the lights off most of the time. Do I have my eyes open or closed? And I went back and forth trying to decide. Yeah, I had my lights completely off. I only had them on for a few minutes. At the very end, this is really relaxing. This is really nice. And then Ellie walked in.
Sorry.
My thought is if I were to go in and do it again, I think I would enjoy it so much more because I had the first initial experience. I think I would be able to relax so much more. And I think I would probably want to listen to something. They said that there was like meditation and music that you could listen to with underwater headphones. I think that would help a lot.
I agree. I loved it. I felt relaxed. It felt really nice. I think listening to something would have helped. Well, that was a really fun experience. That is something that Jared and I really want to focus on this year is new experiences. We're coming out of that phase of life where we have a little bit more independence. All of the kids can be watched now by a sitter, and we would just love to kind of like reconnect, have new experiences. So today was really fun to do something new with you.
Yeah, and I can't wait to do more. So that's gonna be it from us.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.